Hi guys, welcome back. So today we're going to do an experiment that will use a chemical reaction to help us explore the states of matter, solid, liquid, and gas. If you want to replicate this experiment at home, here's what you need. You need some vinegar. Mine happens to be apple cider, but it doesn't matter what kind. Baking soda. This is the box that was keeping my fridge nice and fresh, and I need to switch it out, so I'm just going to use it up before I throw it away. A bottle or a vase with a small neck. A balloon. Funnel's helpful if you have one, but it's okay if you don't. Small measuring cups, maybe measuring spoons, or maybe a little baby spoon. And if you have them, droppers are great. If you don't, that's all right. A tray or a cookie sheet to contain the mess, and bowls, little bowls or muffin tin or ice cube tray to experiment in. All right, so this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix a solid and a liquid together and see what happens. A solid is an object that doesn't change its shape. This bowl is solid. It can be big or it can be small. This counter is a big solid, but little grains of sand are little tiny solids, but they don't change their shape when you squeeze on them. A liquid, like this vinegar, changes its shape. It holds its shape based on, it's the shape of whatever it's in. So this liquid is the shape of its cup. And water is my favorite liquid. Yours might be milk. So we're going to use the solid of baking soda, which is just teeny, teeny, tiny solids, and mix it with the liquid of the vinegar and see what happens. Now, as a good scientist, we're going to start with the scientific and engineering processes, and we're going to stop and think, what do we think is going to happen when we mix those two ingredients together? We want to make a prediction. So pause and think, what do you think will happen? Okay, now say that out loud. All right, I'm glad you made your prediction. Now, we're gonna conduct this experiment. I'm gonna take my vase or bottle. I'm gonna pour a little vinegar in the bottom. Not a ton, a little bit. I'm gonna take my balloon. Now, if you don't have a funnel, a friend can hold it open for you. I have a funnel, and I'm gonna put a scoop of baking soda in. It's not an exact science. The measurements aren't really that important. So I've got my solid inside my balloon, and I've got my liquid in the bottom of the vase. Then I'm gonna put the balloon around the top. Ooh, look how that seals it. It's gonna keep it closed. And what do you think is gonna happen when I put that baking soda down in that vinegar? What do you think is going to happen? All right, let's find out. Whoa, look at the bottom. Look at all those bubbles, and our balloon is blowing up. So the bottom, the solid, the baking soda is mixing with the vinegar, and it's creating a chemical reaction. It's producing carbon dioxide, a gas. We can't normally see that gas, but the balloon shows us that it's there because it's captured it. There's more proof. It actually made a sound coming out. So when we mix vinegar and baking soda together, we get a reaction. I can even hear it bubbling. So another fun way to play with this is just to keep, use the materials and just let kids continue to mix and mess them up. So I'm going to use my ice cube tray and put it inside the cookie sheet. So if something oozes bigger reaction than I expected, it will be contained. I'm going to put a little baking soda in a bowl, and I have my cup with my vinegar, and I'm going to use little spoons to move my baking soda around. This does two things. It helps kids with their fine motor, but it also makes sure the experiment lasts a little bit longer and it's not all over in one big bang. And I'm going to use an eyedropper, but I could also use a spoon to do the vinegar. This is great fine motor practice. Not to mention just lots of fun. So most kids can spend 10, 15, 20 minutes just doing this over and over and over again. And while they're creating their reactions, it's really good to have a conversation with them. Wow, what's happening? How did you get it to do that? I wonder what would happen if you put 2 scoops in instead of just 1. What do you hear? What do you see? Are there any smells involved? The more questions you ask, the more they talk, the more vocabulary they learn, and the more they get out of it. But even if you don't say a word, they will get a lot of practice with making a chemical reaction and creating a gas. Thanks for joining us. Bye, friends.